Hi, everybody. This reading will be from May 8th through May 13th. Um, so, in the meditation, I saw a hammock being swung, and that's actually one of the symbols that my guides send to me. And what that symbol means is that you're not alone. And it's a reminder that your guides are always with you. And something that I was thinking about this morning was how our guides are actually connected to our intuition. So for the beginning of the week, what our guides are asking us to do is to really remind ourselves that we're not alone and that they're always there. And also to really practice understanding the difference between your intuitive voice, your inner guidance, and that, the mind chatter, the ego. The way that I've been noticing for myself, I've been trying to differentiate between those two. And what I've been noticing is that it's almost like I'm in a bubble. Like, picture yourself in a bubble, and the mind, the egoic voice is on the outer realms of the bubble. So it's like kind of an upper in the upper realms here. And then the our inner guidance actually comes from a deeper place. So it's almost like if you're sitting in the bubble, it's like more inside of the bubble, if that makes sense. So just kind of notice the difference, like the different points of where those voices are coming from. I thought it was really interesting for me, and for me, it's like now I have that little, almost like a visual, so I know if it's the mind chatter, the ego, it's coming from kind of more of an above place, and if it's really my intuition, my inner guidance, it's coming from a deeper, like more inward source. So it's, like I said, kind of like the middle of the bubble, if that makes sense. And our guides are connected to that intuitive voice. So when you're hearing your intuitive voice, you're hearing your guides. They're just reminding of us that this week, that's really important to find that for yourselves and follow it. And just know that your guides are there, and that they're going to help you in this process. So you don't have to do it all by yourself. The card that I chose was self-forgiveness. That's the card that I pulled, and it's all about like letting go of guilt, and just remembering that you're God's perfect child. Also, yeah, okay. So they're letting me know to really talk about judgments that come up at the beginning of the week, and really practicing self-forgiveness around that. I know that in a past reading that I've talked about that, how to release negative judgments and how to really get to the place of self-forgiveness. It's almost like acting as if. So what is the judgment? For me, this week, what keeps coming up is not being enough. So if that's the judgment that I place on myself, then the practice would be to practice self-forgiveness. It would be, I forgive myself for judging myself as not enough. I forgive myself for judging myself as not enough. And just keep repeating that. Keep repeating that to yourself until you really feel it. And I promise you, if you keep doing it, it really does work. It really does work. And you'll feel it in your body when you actually get to that place of self-forgiveness. So that's kind of a twofold thing to do at the beginning of the week. And then for Wednesday and Thursday and into Friday, the middle of the week, I just saw body. And I've been kind of going through like pain, and so when I saw the image of the body, I knew it was related to the pain that I've been experiencing, and the guides were letting me know that kind of what I'm going through is helpful to the people who are watching this right now. So what they were asking me to do, and you to do as well, is to notice any pain or tension that you feel inside your body. And when you feel that, notice where it is and stop what you're doing and try to give your pain a voice. Okay, it sounds kind of silly, but if you stop, I did that with my back pain, and it was really interesting what came up. So you basically just close your eyes and ask the pain to speak, and it will tell you something. And that's a way to kind of to release the pain and move through it and accept it and send it love. So, one thing that happens is if we ignore things, we ignore issues on the emotional level, the mental level, the spiritual level. The last place that it shows up is in our bodies, because our bodies are just these amazing instruments, and they will scream. If you're not taking care and you're not, you're ignoring something, you're ignoring a lesson, you're ignoring an issue that you need to work out. The last place it's going to show up is on your body. And because that's something that you can't ignore, the body pains, you can't ignore it. It makes it really real. So that's just something to notice, and a way to free yourself and to really work out whatever that hidden issue is, because it's surfacing through the pain in your body. So really give it a voice. It kind of feels silly at first, but it really does work. And I pulled two cards. I pulled Mother Healing and Alchemy. They both popped out of the deck. So the Mother Healing, I feel like, part of the pain that you might be experiencing, there will be something that has to do with your mother. So that may come up, just to be aware of. And the second card I pulled this after they kind of popped out, but one after the other, is Alchemy. So it says you have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. So I feel like, through this work, getting in touch with your intuition, noticing where you're tense or in pain and giving that a voice. I feel like that kind of stuff is going to clear you out and tune you in. So your whatever it is that you're dealing, whatever it is that you want to manifest right now, will come through. Okay. So that's the middle of the week. For the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I saw Broom just cleaning out the cobwebs. And the card that I pulled was Morning Affirmations. So what was coming up for me with those two things is setting your intention, before you get out of bed. Setting your intention for the day. And when I had that thought, I just saw almost like a cleansing. It felt like those little threads, little cobwebs, the little thoughts that you might wake up with in the morning that might be, not really serving you. Those were kind of cleaned and cleared and dusted away by setting your intention, before you wake up. What kind of day do you want to have? My intention today is to feel my connection with spirit. I've been feeling really disconnected, so that was my intention for today. Sometimes it's to know my own worth. Sometimes it's to to see through the eyes of God or spirit, and have those actions follow that. So whatever it is for you, I just thought, it's a great habit to start. I'm trying to start it for myself. Sometimes I forget, because we're in an old habit, and we're trying to create a new one. And they say it takes 21 days to create a new habit. So I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to challenge you to start your day before you get out of bed for 21 days. Set your intention for the day before you get out of bed. I'm going to put a little post-it note or a reminder right on my nightstand, to remind myself before I get out of bed to set that intention. Okay, so there was kind of a lot this week, but just know, like, the overarching message that our guides want you to know is that you're not alone. Okay, you're not alone, and that they are always there helping and guiding you, even if you don't feel them. And you know, they're always there, and there's no wrong moves. You're always following the path that you're supposed to take, because you have your beautiful guides right there, and they're just really asking us to pay attention to them, and really try to get in tune with our intuition, because that's our connection to them. So with that, have a beautiful and blessed week. Love you guys very much.